All right, hello everybody. I'm Joe at Top Click Joe, and today we have Greg Johnson. He's been a client now for 9 years with Top Click Joe, doing odor and hardwood floor refinishing. He just started doing our call center. He actually asked us to start doing the call center for him 3 weeks ago. So today is 3 weeks and one day. It's Monday, the 15th of September, 2025. And I'm going to leave it to my crew here. So Bess, let me give you a little background real quick. Bess ran a 1,500 person call center in the Philippines. So she knows the best of the best. One of the best of the best happens to be Kirill here. That's right below us. And it looks like she's called Asus, the computer, but that's all right. But what I want you to know is how our call center works. I'm going to leave it to Bess. Go ahead, Bess.
All right, so hi everyone. So again, it's Bess. So technically, what we do is we understand that every business owner doesn't have like the virtual assistant or the call center system, and we understand that because what you do or you do what you're best for. So let's say, for example, right now we actually have Greg, who's been doing the service for hardwood refinishing for more than 20 years. Now, what normally on the normal process, if I'm not mistaken, Greg, maybe you can also back me up on this. So every day you're doing a lot of things like hardwood refinishing and sanding, right? So try to imagine if you are doing the sanding and then somebody actually calls in. Now, you can never focus on those things. You cannot focus answering an inquiry and at the same time doing the sanding. Well, one thing for sure, if you're doing the sanding, the entire background is actually noisy. So what if you missed the call? So the good thing about the call center here, because for us, there will be an agent who's going to be there for you, who's going to take in inbound calls. We can also do outbound calls. And at the same time, any forms is actually filling, every customer who actually filled up those forms, we can automatically get back to them real time. And based on this observation, on this particular case study, we were able to understand that it doesn't mean even if they say that you can call me anytime or you can call me on a specific time frame, because what we do is automatically we get in touch with them and try to get in touch with them over the phone and via email. And at the same time, that's exactly how we're actually closing the deals. So I think for the rest of how it's being done, I can have Kirill, who's actually our team leader, who can actually provide you more information about that. How's that? So Kirill?
Yes, hi everyone. This is Kirill. So for call center, we do outbound calls, and since we have all access on incoming calls, given of course with the number of calls, we do return callback for any missed calls. We also do outbound calls. So sometimes for outbound calls to, or we do outbound calls to look for like other contractors to help us, or for example for hiring. So it depends. We can do an outbound call depending on the progress, and then if the client would like us to do like an email marketing, we also do that. We do email marketing or email campaigns. We have our tools for that. It's all proofread depending on what the message they like to have. So let's say, for example, if there is a promotion, so what we do is based on the CRM, and then we go ahead and send out all the details. So we also do answer inquiries from social media or any other platforms that receive inquiries. So if you have Facebook and if you're doing marketing on Facebook, we can reply on Facebook. And let's say, for example, if you have any other resources, as long as it's a lead generating, then we don't have any problem with that. So we're not limited to that or to do that. However, it depends on the number of calls. Since we're not yet like receiving 100 calls per day per client, especially for a service business owner, and it's per location, everything is still manageable by one person. However, if there are cases where it's too much, then let's say, what if there are a lot of leads coming in? Then we're going to recommend, like, if there's a need to add an additional person. And based on what we have observed, according to myths, people who sign up for the form were not getting a lead. Like, however, based on a case study that we did for running it for a month, we're able to get most of the leads coming from the forms. So it means that people who actually provided a form, but the point there is, you might say, no, it doesn't work. So how come you were able to work it? So you need to know, number one, you need to understand and know the process. So because it's actually a myth, and it's a myth on some of the forums where they say, no, forums doesn't work that way in generating leads. However, for us, no, it's actually not. After just running, actually, it even started like during the first week, we were able to observe a massive improvement. It's simply because of like how we handle the calls. So if you're able to close the, or if you're able to close the call, then I don't think there is really a problem with that. So all you need to do is really sign up with a call center, and this will take care of it. And we also provide assessment. So sometimes we provide a weekly report. We provide real-time updates to client that this works best. So we kind of do that now. Again, at the end of the day, it depends on the client if they would like to proceed with those suggestions or not. So for example, when you have this kind of a strategy before and then it has changed because of our like recommendation, because we think that this one is better, because again, at the end of the day, we need to make sure that there's an urgency. So now, like, how will be the procedure? So again, our operations manager is going to discuss things with you, and then we'll go ahead and discuss everything to you with regards on what's the best process. Because of course, there are processes that is applicable within this month, and other processes doesn't apply for every other month. So we're very flexible when it comes to that.
So listen,
Yeah.
bottom line is, Kirill works for another one of our clients doing hardwood floor refinishing. And she can work with any client, doesn't matter what you're doing. She closes the majority of the deals. And what she's saying, what she's trying to tell you is, a lot of people, there's this myth about forms don't work, right? These are tire kickers, they don't work. Our team is able to turn those forms into real jobs. Now, Greg, you've been working with us now for three weeks. Greg's been a client for now 9 years of mine. He does odor control, like indoor odor, like smoke odor removal, urine odor removal, those types of things. Plus, he has a hardwood floor refinishing company. He does that, screen and recoat, all the things with that. Greg is one of my most difficult clients because Greg believes that things don't work. He's always challenging me that, that's not going to work. So I said, look, Greg, let's do this for free for the first month. And so Bess happens to be the vice president of Top Click Joe. And she ran a call center of 1,500 people for like several years. So she knows the best of the best. That's how we found Kirill. All we do is we go in, we pay them more than they're making, and there we go. Kirill is 23 years old. I know a lot of you are used to, like, you call your bank, right? And you can't understand what they're saying because they're from another country. Our people are not like that. They're closers. They know what they're doing. They know how to close. Greg, go ahead. It's your turn, buddy.
All right. Well, yeah. I'm really glad that I took this opportunity to use the call center, because it so far has really drastically changed what has taken place since I've started doing it. And I mean, it's completely obvious that why I had challenges and what they were after using the call center. So like Beth mentioned earlier, Oftentimes I couldn't take calls either because if I'm running equipment on a job, I can't hear the phone. Or if I'm in the middle of, say, putting some finish down and I can't stop what I'm doing to answer the phone. So right there is a huge benefit of having somebody who's going to answer the phone every time that someone's calling or responding really timely, which is pretty much immediately, to the form being filled out and communicating with the person who is, requesting the service or wants more information. And yeah, Bess says so far, Kirill knows this too. Like you said earlier, she's been doing this for a while, and so they both really know how to go about doing this in the right way to communicate with people. Since they run a call center, they've been doing this a lot longer than I have, and their skills are way more polished than mine ever were in the customer communications and customer service department. So yeah, I'm really glad that I started doing this. And
so Greg, hold it. The bottom line is this: are you making money? That's all anybody cares about. Are you making money because of our call center?
Yeah, yep, have just in the short time that I've been doing it already. Yes. So
it's working. There you go.
That's
so
right.
We know what those numbers are. I won't throw them out there if you don't want to, Greg, but we know the numbers because Bess has been doing this. But listen, Greg, you've been a client for 9 years. I've been talking to you about this for a little while now. Of course, you're skeptical because, well, if I can't, these forms are like bogus leads. And, I'm in all these forums and everybody says it, just like Kirill was saying. You know what it is? It's our people will call the number on the form every freaking 5 minutes so they answer the phone. They're going to answer the phone. We get them to set up an appointment with you. You go in and sell the job. In fact, didn't you just sell, because of this, we've only been doing this 3 weeks. Didn't you just sell a close to a $20,000 hardwood floor refinishing job because of our call center?
That's correct. Yep.
There it is. Greg is a no bullshit person. He's not like me. I'm flamboyant. Greg's more of a, let's get to work. Let's sand that floor. Let's make $20,000 and buy some good food for our family. So anyway, thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. Greg, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for this testimony, because we think we can help so many of you out there in the industry. If you're a single operator and you're doing stuff like Greg's doing, we can really help you land those jobs. In the beginning, Greg actually said this to me, because we charge, it's $10 an hour, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. So we charge $400 a week, which is unheard of. Where are you going to find somebody that can close deals for $10 an hour? Nowhere. Not like we can close them, not like the people that we have at Top Click Joe can close them. These are the top of the top, the cream of the crop people we have here. Greg was extremely skeptical. I've known Greg for 9 years now. Greg's on my phone almost every day. He's a very, it works. It's simple as that. It just works. So if you're at all interested, give us a call at 970-817-1248 and we'll help you too. All right. Thank you, Greg.
You bet.
Okay, so to end this, I have one more thing to tell you all. What is happening in our call center is this. Our call center people, our experts, salespeople that can close deals, are listening to the client, and they're listening very carefully. We're able to take what we're hearing from that client and change our landing pages and change our marketing to reflect what people are asking in your area. So this is huge. It's so much bigger than I can do in a quick testimony. But what Bess was telling me the other day is, hey, look, I heard that, I'm hearing this, it's repeated constantly from the clients in Seattle, Washington. So we're going to do this on the ads. We're going to do this on the landing page. And now we're bringing in even more people for Greg because of that. This is way bigger than us just answering the phones, okay?